Hey YouTube, S.H.Figuarts here with a review of the S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Dragon, our second retail wizard release. Yeah, not anything too thrilling. As you know from my wizard review, it was horrible, at least in my opinion, but this one does have improvements, I will give it that. Box style is pretty much the same as normal Flame, except done in a nice little silver color with the red, whatever you call it, and the little jewel, and the window's a jewel, and the name in the middle, and it's a really cool box design, and I do dig it. So that's always fun. All the stuff on the back, and woohoo. So Flame Dragon, like I said, does have some improvements over Flame style. Notably just in the kind of stature of it. It's very, I guess, a little bit more proportional is what I'm trying to get at. The coat isn't nearly as poofy. Granted, it can have poof potential if you kind of splay it out a little bit, but just in its resting position, it isn't that bad. The flaw that does certainly carry over is how thin his chest area is right here. His belly is just incredibly little. It's improved a little bit because of the dragon's face right here, so it adds a little bit of bulk right there. But as you can see through it, so it's kind of a wash. But yeah, it's just very thin there still, and the belt kind of goes past his belly, and it looks kind of weird. It makes him look very, very, very thin. And that's kind of just a minor complaint since the suit actor doesn't have that thin of a waistline whatsoever. But not a bad figure. He's pretty tight, no loose joints or anything like that. He does have this weird, crazy neck joint. I'm not going to take his head off to show it, but I think Shishio's photo gallery has a picture of it. And it's got like this crazy little curve to it, so he can like be a giraffe and stuff. I don't know, extend. It's an extend feature. He used the extend ring, and he can become a giraffe. I don't know, but for some reason or another, they changed the neck joint on here so that he can do all sorts of craziness. I assume it's because once you attach the special dragon head, he does kind of need to raise his neck a little bit to see over it. So they probably just did that for posing opportunities. So nothing too crazy. One of the other complaints I had about the WizarDriver was that it fell out all the time. This one does not. It is very sturdy in there. So I'm glad they fixed that up. And then my other complaint with Wizard was the size of his rings. Unfortunately, they did not fix that, and I'm almost certain these are the same hands from Flame Style. Because the ring for Flame Dragon isn't that much different. They're probably different, but you can barely tell that they're so tiny. But yeah, they did not fix the rings. They're still very, very tumorous. But it's kind of something I just got used to. It don't really bother me that much. But articulation-wise, obviously, you do have a little bit of hindrance here in the waist area because of the coat. However, it's very pliable plastic, so there's really no harm done here. The way that the coat's cut to allow the articulation works a lot better than Wizards did. I think it's because just warranted by the way it's styled. It just looks a little bit better. Full rotation there up at the shoulder. The shoulder pad does not get in the way. It's attached to the shoulder itself, so no hindrance in articulation. Double joint, typical swivels everywhere. That makes it the same as Flame Styles. So very cool. I love the helmet on this guy. Very, very cool looking. Like I said, it's like a clear red plastic. There's a nice foil effect underneath that to make the shine of the jewel, and that looks really cool. And that's carried out through this upper chest design and the shoulders as well. So very nice. That is the one improvement that these have over the WAP figures, are the jewels are done very, very well. So I will give it that. So accessory-wise, like I said, he does come with the special dragon head. I think it's like Dragon Skull or something like that. It's got an official name. Mouth opens. Pretty good rotation right here. It is on a little ball joint. And that basically you just pop off the chest piece and plop this in. Just a replacement. I will show that off after I'm done showing off the accessories. You have the Wizard Sword Gun in sword mode. Hand opens. Wizard Sword Gun in gun mode. Hand opens. Replacement WizarDriver with the hand going the opposite direction. Got splayed open posy hands. Believe these are the Wizard Sword Gun gun holding hands. I think I had those flipped around, one of them anyway. Wizard Sword Gun sword holding hands. This one's a gun holding hand because I got them mixed up. Other splayed open, just kind of a relaxed pose hand. And then his signature wizard pose hands, because every wizard needs a pose. Also comes with a very cool Tamashii Stage featuring Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Dragon with the special ring design on here with some little flame effects. Very, very cool overall, and I'll probably end up using it. So, about the special effect dragon head skull thing. Basically, get your nail somewhere in his collar area and just kind of pull. His waist does come apart very easy. It's got one of those, there we go. It's got one of those connectors that has a break in it so that it's not as tight and friction. So it pops off pretty easy. It's not a bad thing at all, but it's just kind of hard to get that piece off without popping his waist off. So word of warning there. And yeah, there is no replacement for his whatchamacallit, his ring holder. There isn't anything else like that because there is no like splayed open coat effect or anything like that. And this is just as pliable as the coat is, so there is no replacement for that. But it does have all of the rings on there, so that's neat. So yeah, this just pops right in where that one was. Just kind of line it up and push a bunch, and that will lock in place. Like I said, you can raise his neck a little bit thanks to that joint, so we can see over it. These can move however you please. Mouth opens, starts shooting fire and all that fun stuff. Now, the claws, I'm sure, are going to work off of the hand joint. The tail opens up right here on this panel in the back. So there's the tail port right there. And then the back piece comes off too, and that's where the wings are going to plug in. So he's all prepped for all dragon, and really not that bad of a figure. So here he is next to the WAP Flame Dragon on the left, Figuart on the right. As you can see, the Figuart's a little bit shorter, while the WAP has a lot better proportions, especially in the coat. Like I said, the coat here wasn't bad. It wasn't nearly as floofy, but the WAP does it a little bit better, in my opinion, and obviously he's a lot thicker as well. He doesn't have a eating disorder or anything like that. The special effect is obviously a lot better on the Figuart than on the WAP. The WAP does not have any sort of rotation at all. It is a simple open and close. Whereas this one can go side to side, and these move individually, and his mouth opens down at the hinge. So that's a little bit different. And here they are next to each other without the special dragon skull piece thing. I honestly don't mind the Figuart release for this one. A lot of the nitpicks that I had, they improved outside of the whole small, tiny belly thing, which isn't really that big of a deal. That's a lot to fix through a base mold, so I don't mind that one as much. And from the front here, you can't really tell that he's that thin, so I don't particularly mind that. If you're on a budget, the WAP figure's a very good figure. I'm not going to discount that at all. And with all of the WAPs being retail and all the other Dragon forms being exclusive for the Figuarts line, the WAP's looking like a nicer and nicer deal every time you look at it. However, I can't particularly fault the Figuarts release of Flame Dragon all that much. Like I said, a lot of the nitpicks were fixed, and there really isn't too many like joint flaws or quality control problems at all with them, so can't particularly fault him for that either. So if you're interested in the figure, definitely pick it up. It was a retail release, so it shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of. Like I said, the other three are exclusives coming out in, I think May and June, I think are the two release dates for those. So we'll be taking a look at those eventually. And not that bad of a release overall. Definite improvement over Flame style, and I actually really dig it. So cool. You can check out shurikenshinobi.com for this updates on my reviews and hauls, and of course the toy release schedule. And check out Rogers Range and Rumbles, the podcast relays token news in the quickest way possible. And you can buy this figure art and more Kamen Rider merchandise at csjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.